Hello my dear friends, how are you doing? What's in the whole universe? Hope everything is fine. I'm Russian and who brings value to my own experience. And today I'm gonna share with you my journey, how I go forward and what have I learned, what are the next steps and etc. First of all, I started to learn more about design patterns. For example, we have structural, concurrency patterns, also behavioral and creational patterns. What is it? It is specific patterns that we use when we create different types of software, or maybe we can build even buildings in our life, and you can use it everywhere. It is meta skills that we have. Meta in terms of it is kind of everywhere. Inter skills. It is everywhere. Yes, it is. It could be used in mathematics, in physics, in medicine, in biology, anatomy, and language learning, and etc. Okay, and we have the patterns. For example, we have creational patterns. We have names of them. Actually, it is singleton, factory, singleton first. Factory, abstract factory, factory method, abstract factory, also builder, and something else it could be. Also have composite. It will be for behavioral and also structural. I learned already only names for it, but I will go forward. We have also facade, proxy, flyweight, and also have memento, mediator, iterator, interpreter, and also decorator, and okay, proxy we said already, adapter, and chain of responsibility, command, strategy, state, and others. I think so. We named already some of them. It is the specific patterns that software developers use. Actually, you don't need fully to know them actually, but it will be better to use them. Why? Because we have Jesus Christ, I think that one person in front of me, he hears me because I yell a lot on this territory. But okay, and why is it helpful? Because you understand, for a specific thing, you can use the specific pattern. For example, you have jobs, yes, you have the store, and you know that you can kind of hire the person with the specific name of the job. For example, merchandiser, or the cashier, or someone else. You can, you know actually what need to do. Cashier, what does he do? He does selling to you. He does kind of clicking, tapping on the cashier desk, and etc. Yes, but when you can hire only person. Yes, you can hire person, and you can name that person number 1, person number 2, person number 3, and etc. You need to work. Or you can hire a specific person. You need a merchandiser. You need a person who is a cashier, desk worker. You need a person who is a manager, supervisor. Yes, and you can kind of name them. What are they? Yes, and it is easier to understand. Actually, people understand what need to do in a store. Yes, need to kind of place it here, no need to place it here, and need to place it here. Yes, it is kind of the Boolean function that you can use there or there, here or there, and okay, you understand. And also, okay, I right now learn names, and then I will learn the meanings of them. Actually, I learned a little bit of models of them. It is a kind of for example, we have master and we have slaves. It is specific model too. It is model in terms of TOO. Yes, and model comma TOO too. Yes, not the number. It is kind of the same. Yes, and we have master and we have slaves. It is kind of the specific hierarchy. Yes, and it is specific model, master slaves. It is sometimes used somewhere. You can Google about it. And the same about double-ended Q. You can use this kind of thing too. And the same, you can learn specific data structures. Data structures, it is actually not a patterns, but actually it could be in some way interpreter. You can interpret as patterns. For example, we have char, string, boolean, byte, short, int, long, float, double. And float double, actually it is floating point number, and or fixed point number. And also you can use integer. Integer, it is specific numbers that are kind of with with the with the whole part of the something, and also you can use string as an array of characters, and character, it is a specific symbol. Actually, the the how to say it, the container of characters, it will be our string pattern. Yes, kind of. It is data structure, actually. Okay, you understand. It's specific. Why do I learn it? Because it is more usable, and when you know names of them, you can increase your kind of productivity and effectivity in some way. Because, Jesus Christ, someone is yelling. Yes, again. Okay, some people are yelling and so loud. I think they are inside of the home or somewhere, but actually maybe not. Maybe their windows are opened or something. I hear the woman and the man who is yelling there. Okay, and I learned it because it makes us more effective in terms of when you learn the pattern, you kind of can faster go there. It is a kind of, you have one association to go there. It is, for example, you know how to add something, adding, yes, or it is, by the way, easy example. You know what is integration, yes. Actually, it is the specific measurement. We have the curve, yes, and we have the some rectangles on rectangles that we have, and also we have steps, kind of. And when we add all the rectangles under the curve, it is the integration, and kind of this thing. It is kind of integration-ish, I described, yes. And you actually can use the word integration, not the concept description, yes. But actually you can use concept description too and name it as a function number 1, for example, yes. But when you communicate with somebody, it is better to use the specific already kind of stabilized nomenclature, notation, or name for the concept. Yes, you understand. The same in the society when you use the specific term to describe specific thing. Yes, for example, we have autocracy, democracy, and kind of these things, and liberty. Yes, and you have the word to describe it. The same as Nassim Nicholas Taleb was saying in his book Anti-Fragile about the concept of anti-fragile. Yes, it is kind of it's not a robust. It's not a fragile, it is anti-fragile. Okay, you can read it in his book, it will be more describable. Okay, and you have right now example where to find what I said. Okay, and so I started to learn design patterns, I started to be better in it. Actually, I already knew them before. And okay, next I started to learn more about data structures in terms of I started to learn more specific data structures. You know that in our life we have data structures as stack, queue, heap, also tree and graph. Also we have, as I said before, a boolean, bytechart, int, long, char, string, and also enumerated type and date time type and container you have, and different things of this nature. But actually I started to learn more deeply inside of it. It is, for example, bit field and maybe bitmap, maybe something like bit board, yes, and bit array, and something more deeply, more specific patterns. It is actually I understand that on YouTube for the majority of people it is not super. It's an advanced level of learning, and the most people, kind of majority of people on our earth, they are learning more kind of basic concepts, and that's all. I understand it because that's why people kind of quit some courses after 1, 2, 3 lessons. In most cases, after 2 or 1 lessons, first lessons, and of the basic level, or maybe they could go to the basic level, but they don't go to the advanced or proficient in something. And and this I started to learn data structures in terms of not the first and basic 20 data structures, data structures, but 100 data structures, and the same with algorithms. I started to learn more algorithms, like you have RSA, DSA, also you have Dijkstra algorithm, quick sort algorithm, merge sort algorithm, bubble sort algorithm, and yes, search algorithm, page rank algorithm, and SHA-1 algorithm, SHA-2 algorithm, SHA-3 algorithm, SHA-256 algorithm, and also stemming and voice assistance algorithms, voice recognitions, and different types of naive Bayes, naive Gaussian algorithms. You have it is kind of easy, and everybody knows about them in the field of machine learning and something like this. Supervised algorithm you have also unsupervised and something like this, but actually more deeply and more specific in specific situations, people don't know them fully. Also random forest algorithm, and you have also random forest neighbors algorithm, and etc. And people deeply don't they actually could be familiar with them, but actually they don't know about the algorithms that yes, there are these algorithms, and I started to learn more deeply in 100 different algorithms, not kind of 20 basic algorithms. Okay, it is kind of I started to learn it in terms of advanced level. We can share it, not the level of basic. And yes, I started to learn everything in advanced level, because the basic level I'm already know about it. Okay, and it is about this. Also, I started to learn more languages in terms of I know Indonesian a little bit, German, Spanish, French a little bit, not like fully. I can kind of sing some songs, 11 attempts, the cathedralis, and something like Rouge, it is red hat, red actually. I know the word and bonjour, bonsoir, bonsoir, bonjour, je m'appelle Igor, comme ça va très bien, comment allez-vous, ça va très bien, and etc. I can kind of say greetings and Heran merci de Russie, and etc. And the same in German. I can sing kind of 99 Luftballons und schönen Tag, schönen Abend, schönen Morgen, guten Tag, guten Morgen, guten Abend, and etc. Kind of I can say schon fette Beute und and etc. Yes, wie, wer, and welch, and okay, you understand. And the same in Spanish, in Indonesian too. Turkish too, kind of. I know how to say merhaba, nasılsın, çok iyiyim, and bir, iki, üç, and also teşekkür ederim, teşekkürler, and etc. Yes, and Turkish too, and a little bit of Chinese I started to learn, but actually it is basics. On my level of Indonesian, French, German, Spanish, Turkish, and Chinese, they are kind of basic elementary level, I think so. About English, I want to say that I started to understand more of the audio in English, audio in terms of I can speak freely in English, I can write freely in English. If I will be preparing for something, I can do this better, you understand it, because the prepared improvisation is the best improvisation. And as Mark Twain said, and okay, I know how to speak in English, I know how to write in English, I know how to read in English, I understand it. And also I started to understand audio better, I started to understand songs. It is a good thing, actually, yes. And maybe the highest level of understanding will be where I will understand words that are said in lyrics of Eminem, I think so, because his songs are the most kind of maybe complex or something. And about reading, when I will understand the Shakespeare, I think that will be the best, or Nietzsche. But actually Nietzsche, it is German, and Kafka too. But okay, you understand that it will be the best, and I will say that already I'm on the level that I'm fluent in terms of natively fluent. In terms of natively fluent, yes, I understand that I'm kind of Russian born, but actually, I mean that I was born in Russia, and actually that I can speak like a native person, and I can understand other person, and I started to speak. I mean, I started to listen. I started to understand what people are singing, and it is a good thing. Yes, I was understanding it before, but right now I can do this better in terms of kind of. I imagine that previously I had the 30% of understanding, or kind of the main concept of understanding. Right now I actually can determine the sentences that they are singing. I understand 95% of what they are saying. It all depends on the music, actually. But if you will say previously I was understanding 95% of the children songs, right now I understand 95% of easy pop songs. Kind of I want it. I want it that way. Yes, Backstreet Boys and kind of these songs. I started to understand them by listening. Actually, it is a good thing. It means that my listening skills improved. Why did they improve? I think so because I think that they improved because I started to speak more in different languages, and my skills in speaking in different languages improved. And actually Korean language is Korean in terms of Korea. Yes, you understand South Korea, Seoul, and etc. And I started to learn Korean language. It is one more language, by the way, that I have basic level. I can read in Korean. When I started to read in Korean and started to understand what is written in Korean, then I started to understand that actually my English is improved, because we have more new pronunciations in Korean, kind of, and new segments, phonemes actually. I found new phonemes, new in terms of they were not familiar to me before. I mean that I didn't use them a lot before, and they were not kind of easily to recall from memory phonemes. And I started to read these phonemes in Korean. For example, we can count in Korean. It will be Jung, Hana, Dul, Setnet, and etc. Setnet you have in English, but Jung, Hana, and Dul actually nope. A little bit maybe you have, and also you have it is specific or native Korean numbers or Sino-Korean, but actually they have two number systems. And I also I know one more system. It is when Jung, then it will be okay, Jung, Il, I, Sam, Sa, O, Yuk, Chill, Pal, I think so, maybe Chill, Pal, Gu, Sip, Ship, kind of. It is the specific kind of counting, and when you kind of create the sequence of them, it will be new phoneme sets, kind of words. It is, I imagine that you can say random words, for example, Merhaba nasılsın. Yes, it is hello, how are you in Turkish. And when you say it Merhaba nasılsın, then you kind of for you it is kind of one phrase, one word, and you start to recognize it better, because you start to recognize specific not only sounds like u, o, a, u, a, o, e, u, k, l, m, and etc. Yes, you start to recognize specific sequence of the sounds. And when you start to recognize specific sequences of the sounds, then you start to recognize maybe in other languages it better, because you have more kind of associations with it, and you kind of can determine what's the word was said, what's the word was said, and sequence of words was said too. And I started to understand it better. Okay, it is a nice thing. And so next time, what will we do? I need to learn more about data structures, algorithms, design patterns in terms of deeper. Also, I want to learn MapReduce kind of software. It is mapping, reducing, shuffling, splitting, combining, and also different types of sorting inside of it. The process of workers, also nodes. We have NODE and NODES. NODES, yes, and nodes, and also I need to learn MapReduce, also specific voice recognition software, Hadoop, also CUDA, I don't know how to say it correct, CUDA. Also I need to learn a little bit of, I want to deepen my knowledge, I want to make it, I want to learn more about C++ in terms of, I want to be more effective and productive in this language in terms of, I understand std, std, stdout, chrono, also coroutine, con.io, con.out, con.io, con.in, con.out, also cout, cin, and loops, for loops, while loops, case loops, and different curly brackets, and let I equals to 0, semicolon, I less than 10, semicolon, I plus, for example. Yes, I understand kind of the main structure of string and IOStream, in stream, out stream, and these things in C++ actually. But I want to deepen, I want to deepen my knowledge, I want to make it wider, and I want to recall more by memory things, because you will be faster. It is the same as you, for example, you go to the audience and you know only 40 people inside of this audience, but when you know 200 people in this audience, it will be better, you will be more productive, because you know who and if you know what every person in this room does, it's super mega you are productive, because, or maybe your team will be more productive if you are a leader of this team. Yes, you know what to do, where to go, and what everybody can do, and what everybody can do better than anyone in this team, and actually you can kind of team lead this thing. Yes, this team audience you can lead, and okay, you understand it. So thank you a lot for watching this video. We'll go forward. Yes, need to learn more. Actually, my knowledge right now is wider and deeper, and it's amazing. Thank you a lot for watching. Improve Daily. Go forward. Everything is nice and will be even nicer. See ya. Bye.